Wait! One second, sure I'm recording. I should be recording and also streaming. So, hopefully you are all doing okay today and staying safe, and hello and welcome back to... Hold on a second. Avius SMP. Hopefully you are all doing okay today and staying safe. This is an SMP owned by Minecraft Make, and it's just a public, you know, fun SMP. I was wondering why I was on the fence there. It confused me for like a good second there. Alright. So hopefully you are all doing okay and staying safe, and hello and welcome back. If you do not know what AVS SMP is, basically you are in a class of miner, lumberjack, gardener, and you know, some, you know, other stuff, but and you are tasked with, what was it again? You are tasked with trying to level up your skill to get better tools and all that. And we're not doing too bad, I tell you. My diamond pick is about to break. I've been told that I should, you know, repair it with some diamonds and the anvil. I don't even think we have an anvil. Do we have an anvil? Where's all the water? Someone stole all our water. All our water is gone. No. Alright, maybe there's an anvil down here. In the storage room. Ah, there is. Good to see it, tell you. There we go. Wasn't too bad, actually. Wasn't too bad, actually. Alright. You know what, I do kind of want to go exploring, but we need to get, you know, back on track with our work, I tell you. We need to get back on track with our work. So let us go and we'll continue to do some mining out, I tell you. We've done all this and we need to actually head back up, right? Yeah, we were working on the upstairs, wasn't we? I was wondering what the confusion was there, I tell you. Okay, there we go. Alright, sorry. I was just trying to figure out what was wrong with my stream there. It turns out I was, you know, it was not working there. I think I had a previous stream open. So it was just being a little bit clunky, I tell you. It was not too bad, I tell you. Not too bad at all. Alright. We're actually getting quite close to level 250, actually. So it's not too bad, I tell you. Not too bad at all. I'm looking forward to getting that level 250. Because it's halfway to 300. Dang, didn't think, you know, we'd mind this much, you know. I remember back in the, you know, early days, I tell you, we mined like 250... Well, 250. Sorry, I'm getting distracted there. I mined, you know, for 2 hours straight for, you know, 20 levels. Now I get 20 levels quite fast, you know. Not as fast as it used to be, like, earlier on, but, you know. 20 levels, you know, quite fast. There we go. Not too bad at all. Oh yeah, what could we talk about? So, I was thinking about, what you call it, working on, like, you know, stream emotes and all that at some point. But I'm not too sure on what I should do, I tell you. There's a lot of, you know, stuff that you can get, like pop-ups and all that. And I was trying to think, you know, of good ideas on how to do that kind of stuff, I tell you. I'll probably have to get Barry to come help me, you know, sort out all of that for when that happens. But I thought it would be good, you know, to have, you know, to show when someone follows on Twitch and all that. Let's see. On wheels, we have to head a little bit back. But I feel like it'd be a good idea, I tell you. Finally getting that down, I tell you. There we go. Because I've been not doing that for like a while, I tell you. And I would really like to, you know, get more, you know, interesting stuff for that. I also do want to try and figure out how to animate as well. Not like, you know, complicated ones, but, you know, just slight ones. The reason why I thought about that again, because I thought it'd be a fun thing to, you know, have. I think it'd be a fun thing to have and do. Though I'm terrible at, you know, making a continuous animation. Those people that do like 60 frames per second, you know, just slightly moving, they do some, you know, good stuff, I tell you. So they always have their shortcuts to making it much more easier. There we go. Not too bad at all. Alright. Yeah, that was actually a lot easier than I thought it would be, I tell you. There we go. What else could we talk about? Well, we're talking about, you know, animations, you know, and all that. Well, you know what? I could one day do like an animated thing for, you know, the emote. Some people do that, I tell you. Some people do that. But that's if I, you know, actually learn to do it, I tell you. There's a lot of stuff that, you know, I fail at, you know, after practicing for ages. Let's see. Oh, that just reminded me of back in the day of wanting to be a game developer. I always think back to that because, you know, when I see games today, I think, you know, like, you know, I look at them logically, you know, how they look, you know, how fun they would be. And a lot of the ones, you know, today kind of just lack, you know, so much. Like, so much. Like, it's not, you know, fun. Like, yeah, you can have, like, you know, graphics that are super brilliant, I tell you. But having a lot of stuff to do, you know, just to have fun, you know. Like, Far Cry 4, you know, you had all the towers, you know, that you go to and you get, like, a weapon if you turn them off, but also can see the map. Like, that was an interesting thing that you could do, you know, and then they got rid of it in the more modern games, and it kinda sucks now, I tell you, because, what am I supposed to do, you know? I have to go take out, like, a SAM site in Far Cry 6, you know, just to fly a plane. Sorry, I'm trying to remember back to Far Cry 6, I only have vague memories. I really hate the end of Far Cry 6, I tell you. It really, you know, sucked at the end. Like, I got all the good people, you know, on my side. I got everyone before the, you know, last quest. And what I really hated, I tell you, was the ending. I felt so, like, annoyed at the ending, I tell you. Like, it was just such a disappointing ending. Like, you know, it would have been nice to, you know, keep the kid alive, you know. Didn't really matter, you know, what his father done, you know, he could probably make up for those, you know, mistakes. But then the kid just dies. It's a spoiler, I tell you, it's a spoiler, but, you know, it's such a stupid ending. That's what I'm going to say. Such a stupid ending. Oh, and I think back to, you know, wanting to make games back in the day. I always thought of, like, you know, making a good ending, I tell you. Like, yeah, sometimes it's like stereotype, you know, of how endings are. But when I see modern day, you know, how they end the games off, you know, it's not that good. It's just not that good. Sometimes it's just, you know, either the developers, you know, they had to cut, you know, time. Oop. Or they, you know, sorry, I'm getting distracted. Yeah, they had to cut corners so that, you know, a lot was, you know, cut from it, so they had to rush the last bit of the story. Or, you know, did they write the story and then never really, you know, made it very good of a story. Like, the writers really failed on it. It's great when they go back to a game and, you know, fix all of the problems that there are. Like, what could we talk about as a reference? Fixing, like, story stuff and all that. I guess you could talk about George Lucas with Star Wars, I tell you. It's not really a game, but, you know, it gives you an idea of what I'm talking about. Like, they go back and fix it every, few years, adding different stuff, to kind of make it, line up with the actual movies that are happening, that, were happening back in the early 2000s, So, adding different changes and all that with, modern technology. It's very interesting, that, tell you. It makes me think, like, like if No Man's Sky, a game that was terrible, could be better, I tell you. Why can't a lot of, modern games fix themselves, I tell you? Like, oh, your mechanics are not very good, why don't you just do an overhaul of the mechanics? Like, work on the mechanics. Yeah, you're gonna have to go from the ground up. But in the long run, if you make a good, like, show what you're doing, communicate with the fans, you can make a good, good mechanics. Something enjoyable. Like, yeah, that one person's gonna say, oh, I enjoy the mechanics, but, if a large amount of people do not like the mechanics, then you've really failed at the mechanics of a game. 2, 4, 7, 2, 4, 8, 2, 4, 9. So I don't know why they never really, go back and fix, like, story stuff or mechanics like that. Like, let's see. What's, like, mechanical game that was not really good? I'm just gonna stick with the No Man's Sky one, because, there was many mechanics in that, that got overhauled. And that was in updates, So why can't they do it to other games, Like, yeah, it takes some work and effort, but it would really bolster, the game popularity again, fixing all of the problems that, existed. Because if you just leave it, then it's just got to be a failure of a game, Like, people that worked on Cyberpunk, that's one that could have said, they didn't give up on the game, they kept improving it, and, they released, Liberty, City, well, not Liberty City. What's it called? Shadow City something? Shadow Liberty something? You know what I mean. They released a whole new DLC, making the game just so much better. Like, yeah, it does have some of the bugs, still, but, a lot of it's, fixed, it's a lot more better, a lot more functional. But everyone's just got to remember the first image, like No Man's Sky looks sick now, It does quite well. I wish that's what we got for, what do you call it, Bethesda's game. I cannot even... Starcast? Starrist? Stellarist? Stellar? Something like that. It doesn't stick, the name because it's that much of a slop, Like, I remember playing it for a video for Random Games Random Days. I was looking so forward to it, played it once. It was just so bad running on my PC, It was really chugging for some reason, even if you shut, most of the stuff down. Like, it was just such a failure of a game that, you could not run it on anything but the, very best hardware. So, if one of your dedicated fans didn't have, the hardware, necessary, like, they had, just a little bit under, they would have, like, a terrible time trying to run the game. They would have to go to mods. That, I tell you, the people who make mods for Stellar... you know what, I'm not even sure what the name is. I'm pretty sure it's just Stellar. Starcast? See? That's how much they failed that I cannot even remember the name. Cracks me up, that. But hopefully you get the point of what I'm trying to say, I tell you. Like, you can fail at making a game at first, but you can always just fix it. You have modern, like, they released a, mystery, like, gift and, like, Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire to fix, like, a bug, If you went and did the mystery, gift, it would fix, a certain bug in the game. Mind some of this. So, now we have modern technology that we can just send an update through the internet, and update these games. So why can't they just, fix their mistake? That's the real thing, you know, all these people, you know, in the, you know, modern, you know, gaming industry, you know, they're not doing so good, you know, they make failures of games and then they just leave them to die, or they make a good game, but then it just doesn't get sales, and then they get shut down by, you know, a certain company. Sorry. It's such an annoyance, I tell you. Like, you can make a good game, and then if it does not get the sales, you know, you get shut down. It's just modern, you know, game studios and all that. Companies, publishers. But then the people that, you know, fail at making a game, you know, they get, like, absolutely pounded, and then eventually they, you know, work through all of that and actually make the game decent. Like, you've seen how Cyberpunk is now, you know, or No Man's Sky. Like, it's crazy how much, you know, they've improved. Like, it just doesn't seem like that long ago that, you know, we were saying that these are some of the worst games ever. And now we're saying that, you know, oh, it's pretty decent. Hopefully this, you know, talk gives you, you know, an idea. Like, we've still got so much to mine out that way. Like, this is just not even the end. I don't know what that was over there. I think it's just the sky. It looks so strange, it looked like an Enderman. Let's see. Well, I need to get rid of all this, you know, gravel. It's not going to be the easiest thing, is it? Alright. Let us just go and do all of this now. Almost 250. Not bad. Not bad at all. Yeah, what else could we talk about? You know, I dreamt of making games for so long, I tell you. But I tell you, trying to code said games would be quite difficult, I tell you, if you do not know how to code. Like, you see all these game, you know, companies using, like, you know, stuff that makes it a lot more easier to make the game. But then, it's just always so complicated. Like, it's supposed to be simplistic, but then when they talk about simplistics, they don't actually talk about simplistics, I tell you. Because they go absolutely mental with their, you know, simplistic. Let's see. Sorry, I'm kind of going off track while trying to mine as well. So some of the, you know, the talk kind of goes, you know, out the window a little bit. Grab that. I always dreamt of making games, but, you know, coding was always like the problem, I tell you. I would like to learn how to code, but at the same time, I feel like I would be a terrible coder. But then I see all of those coding memes, you know, of, okay, the code's working, the code's working. Do not touch it. Do not touch it or it will break. We've been blessed. Oh, those memes. They always crack me up, I tell you. Let me eat some baked potatoes. There we go. Alright. Let's head back to that chest over there and we'll, what do you call it? Go and dump all of our stuff in it. There we go. Not too bad at all. You know what, it's not looking too bad, I tell you. Not looking too bad at all. There we go. Now we can slowly just start to mine this out. We're actually nearing the end of it. And also there's an emerald. Dang. You saw the torches. Well, not the torch. You saw the gravel. Now we get rid of it. And let me just go like that. I should just make some more, you know, torches, I tell you. and break all of that. But I would also, back to the game thing, I would always like to make one one of them days. One game, I tell you, one game. Like I had so many game ideas that a lot of them would be quite fun. Story could really maybe need a remaster. Dang. That's behind the mountain. Damn, we got a lot to go actually. Like we got all of that. I could build like a bridge across. We're not too far from the end, I tell you. It looks like a lot, but at the same time it's not really that lot. Think about how much we've already broken down. It's much more than what is here. So it's not too bad. And always, as I say, if you just chop up the work that you're working with, I tell you, you can just make it more digestible, so you don't get burnt out and all that. So if you chop it up into more tinier pieces, it's a little bit easier to manage. There we go. Not too bad at all. Alright. Let us go and hopefully I can finish this off today, I tell you, because this is taking forever, I tell you. This is taking forever. What else can we talk about while we're working on this? Well, you know what? I'm hoping that, with the more progress that we make on this build, I tell you, sooner that we can complete it all, I tell you. Sooner that we can complete it all. Because once we start, completing a lot more of this, I tell you, it will start to look more finished. It will start to look more finished. Like what we've done so far is, just basically scaffold of this build. We're mining out, this tunnel that's going to have to be filled, up. Like it's a very long tunnel, I tell you, and then we'll have a tunnel that goes off that direction. So a lot of tunnels around here, but this is just kind of making it easier for people to walk around, I tell you. Because sometimes people kind of just need that extra, speed to get to the next objective. But if you spend your life rushing all the time, then you won't be able to, enjoy it. Because if you're always rushing, then you don't see everything. If you don't see everything, then what was the point? What was the point? You don't have to see every single detail, but you can see the details that don't really matter. Alright. Not making too bad progress here. Not bad progress at all. Sorry if I'm going a little bit quiet there. I was just thinking to myself there. And we shall be done with this section here. Just checking the time, I tell you. Alright. Let us head back to the chest and start shoving all this back in. It is quite a large tunnel, I tell you. I feel like I should really make a little, chop up section to kind of make it more, digestible to walk through. When I mean digestible, more to your eyeballs, not actually you're hungry, I tell you. The eyes. Because when they see something super long, they think, oh, it's gonna take forever. But if you chop it up a little bit, it makes it more digestible to the eyes. So it might make like door kind of frames, to kind of section it up a bit. There we go. But also, if you're interested in the server, it is a public, SMP you can join anytime. Do, pretty much anything. Though you are limited by your skill set of, class. But that just makes it all the better, I tell you. Just makes it all the better. Gives some challenge to Minecraft. Even though I'm already challenged by Minecraft. 251. Start breaking all this away. And just chisel all that. Oh, it's raining on the other side. You hear that? It's raining. Two, 5, 2. It's, you know, same forward, same backwards. You don't always see that, I tell you. Well, I guess you do. It's not too, you know, uncommon. Looks like it's going to be a wet night, I tell you. I always think about it as a dark night. You know, Batman, but it's like a wet night. They've just been soaking in the rain too long. Just been soaking in the rain too long. Almost there. Almost there. Not too much to go now. Not too much to go now. Doesn't seem like that long ago that we first started this, I tell you. Doesn't seem that long ago. I guess it's just up to perspective, I tell you. Time travels in different ways for different things. But the thing is, time does not travel at all. It just stays still. We just move past time. Everything moves past time. That's just how time works. Time is at a standstill, and it will always be at a standstill. Because time never moves. Though it is everywhere and everything. It's a strange thing, isn't it? A very strange thing. Time is. Ah, not bad. Not bad at all, I tell you. Alright, we'll just continue to mine through. Okay, it is charging. So I was just checking my secondary device's charge. I was making sure it was charging all okay. Alright. Not too much to go now. Not too much to go now. It doesn't feel that long until it's all done. Though this is only one part in this big, you know, puzzle piece that we're working on here. We got a lot more work to do. A lot more work to do. Alright, let's just head on over. Do 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 do. Put all of that there, and we'll head on back along an area. Alright, looks like we got 2 blocks there. Oh wait, no, that's just gravel. Can't mine gravel. The problem with gravel is that you cannot mine it. I feel like miners would deal with gravel, they normally do. But no, that's our, you know, only weakness, I tell you. There we go, we got a big chunk out of it anyway. We got a big chunk out of it. You know, this tunnel's probably, well, hallway. It's probably as long as, what do you call it? Probably as long as Jamrock's tunnel. We were over at Jamrock's tunnel over there not that long ago. With Jamrock. And it was quite, you know, a long tunnel. About as long, I would say. Maybe a little bit longer in, you know, certain area. But the first half, you know, the first half. That's what we'll say. Plus, that's not counting the other, you know, one that goes across this. I might make another, you know, bit over here that, you know, goes through this wall over here. You know, a tunnel that goes this direction. I know I need to build a path and it goes, you know, around, but, you know, somewhere around this area. Kind of use up all the space that we have in this, you know, entire area. Now for the shopping area, I tell you, for the shopping area. It really depends, I tell you. It really depends on the shopping area. There we go. That's the last block there of cobblestone. Now we just have all of this to break. For, what do you call it, the shopping area. It's a good area, I tell you, it's a good area. The only problem is I need more people to run these shops. So I guess you don't really need to. We could take a page out, stamp along Nose's book, you know, and just make it like an unmanned store, you know, no one's there. Just, you know, a store that just, you know, does store stuff. Would be quite interesting, I tell you. Would be quite interesting. There we go. What time is it? Dang, 32 minutes already. I guess this will be where we leave it off. So, hopefully you enjoyed this. Have a nice day, safe, hope it's civil. Here's one for sneakers advice, very important. And bye-bye, see you next time, bye-bye, see you, bye-bye.